Hi, I'm Maria and welcome to your yoga practice. I'm here at Embody Yoga and Wellness in the west end of the city in 10 Forbes Street. And today's practice is about cultivating a sense of calm and steadiness within your body. We'll have some slow, mindful flows and there'll be some balancing postures sprinkled throughout. You might like to have a blanket or something soft to sit on for a little later in your practice, and there's always that option to have blocks to support your practice as well. So we'll meet at the top of the mat. We'll make our way into mountain pose, Tadasana. And as you settle in here and arrive, know that you'll have choices in everything that we do today. And let this practice be what you need it to be. And so here you might close the eyes or soften your gaze. Arms might stay by the side, or maybe a hand comes to rest onto the belly, maybe a hand to the heart. And as you settle into your body and you start to notice the flow of your breath, with your next inhale, the invitation to send a warm welcome out to your whole self. And then let that breath softly go. And then breathing in again, slow, spacious inhale. Long, soft exhale. And one more just like that. Full breath in. And full breath out. And then let your arms come to rest by the side. Let your attention shift all the way down to the soles of your feet and notice the base of your big toe, the base of your pinky, the inner and the outer edge of your heels rooting down. Feel that sense of pressing the earth away as you lengthen through the center of your body, shoulders soft, crown of the head lifting up towards the sky. And then with your next breath in, we'll fold the arms out wide and reach the hands up and overhead. And then on your exhale out here, we'll stay tall in the spine, bring the palms through heart center, and then let them float down by the side again. And then we'll take a breath in, we'll reach the arms up and overhead. Now we'll start to add on, this time with your exhale out, generous bend in the knees as you make your way into a forward fold. Let the arms soften, let the spine lengthen over the legs. And you can give yourself a breath here to find a little movement, anything that feels good to you, rolling the shoulders, nodding the head yes and no, maybe shaking out the hands and the wrists. And then with your next breath in, slide your hands up to meet your shins or your thighs, half lift lengthen. Exhale, soften back into your fold. Next breath in, bring your hips back in space, press the earth away, sweep the arms up towards the sky. And then on your exhale here, bring your hands back down to the heart. And then we'll flow like that again. We'll connect the movement to our breath, breathing in, arms reaching up. Exhale out, soften into your fold, nice and slow, nice and steady. And then as you breathe in here, slide your hands to meet the shins or the thighs. Lift the heart, lift the crown of the head forward. And then exhale out, soften back into your fold. Bring the hips back in space, press the earth away, big stretch of the arms up towards the sky. And then exhale out, hands to the heart. And we'll take one more of those, we'll add on a little. We'll take a breath in. Exhale out, soften into your fold. Breathing in, come to your half lift here, Ardha Uttanasana. And now this time with your exhale out, we'll pause in the fold. And here you can take your left hand to the space underneath the head, right onto the mat, or you might reach for your block here, bring the earth a little closer to you. Lengthen out through your right leg, soft bend in your left knee. Right hand to the hip or right arm starts to sweep out to the side and then up towards the sky as we come into a forward full twist. Take your time there to exhale out, slowly come back to center. And then take your right hand down, left leg lengthens. Left arm sweeps out to the side and then up and overhead, twisting in this direction. And then we'll flow with that again. Come back to center. Breathing in, twisting over to the right. Exhale out, returning. And then one more time, right hand down, left arm out, rotating rib cage, shoulder, spine over to the left. And then slowly come back to center. You can shift your block off to the side. And then take a breath in, slide your hands up to meet the shins or the thighs, half lift, lengthen. Exhale, soft fold. Breath in, hips back in space. Big sweep of the arms out wide, reach the hands up and overhead. And then on your exhale, hands to the heart. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let your arms come down by the side, re-establish that connection to the ground here. Feel that rooting down. And now take your breath in, reach the arms out wide, sweep the hands up and overhead. On your exhale out, shift your weight into your left foot. A little softness in your left knee, outer left hip hugging in. Then the right knee starts to lift, and that might look like the tippy toes onto the mat, the heel lifted. You might lift the knee a little more. Hands might stay to the heart, or arms might reach up towards the sky. Find a kind, balanced challenge for you. Now with your exhale out, softer bend in your left knee, sweep your arms down by your side, land your right foot behind you, high crescent lunge, arms down. And then we'll reverse that. We'll step forward or bring the knee forward. Your choice there, maybe the arms reach up towards the sky. And then exhale out, step back, high crescent lunge, nice and slow, nice and steady. And then breathing in, floating forward here. And then exhale out, stepping back. This time we'll pause. And then with your breath in, as the lower half of the body is steady, reach your arms up towards the sky. And now with your exhale out, pivot your back foot so it's parallel to the short edge of your mat, front foot pointing forward, coming into your warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Have your front knee anchored over your front ankle. You might peek down, see your big toe shining up at you here, knee angling towards the second and third toe. Equal weight and strength through the back leg here. Hands can be at the heart, or arms might stretch open, wide here, lengthening across the tops of your shoulders. Take a steady breath in. Steady breath out. As you breathe in, flip your front palm and take your right hand to your right thigh. Reach the left arm up and overhead for your peaceful warrior. And now with your exhale out, bring your arms through your warrior two and land your left hand or your left arm to your left thigh, right hand to the hip to the sky, or maybe towards the front of the room here for your extended side angle. And now take another breath in, slowly return back to your warrior two, pause, notice your steadiness, notice your calm. Take a breath in. And then with your breath out, bring your hands to heart center. Heel toe your right foot a little closer to the middle of the mat. And then when you're ready, roll onto the ball of your right foot. Spring your right foot forward to meet your left, come back into your mountain pose, but this time bring your attention down into your right foot, that little bit of softness in the right knee, outer right hip hugging in. Start to float your left knee up, and that could look like tippy toes to the mat or the heel lifted a little. You might bring that knee up a little higher. Hands could stay at heart, arms can reach up towards the sky. And now adding one more option here, maybe the right arm sweeps forward, left arm sweeps back, and you open into a balancing twist. Find a kind challenge for your body in this balance. Take a full breath in here. Full breath out. Bring your hands back to the heart, square your shoulders forward, and then take your left foot down to the mat. It might feel nice to shake things out a little before you head to the other side. And then reconnect to your mountain pose here. Feel the feet rooting down, spine tall, shoulders releasing down the back. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take an inhale here, reach the arms out wide, sweep the hands up and overhead. And then with your exhale out, hands come to heart center. Press your right foot to the mat here, rise up onto the tippy toes of your left foot, left heel lifted. You could also lift your knee up here if that feels okay. Hands might stay to the heart or arms might reach up towards the sky. Now take a breath in, lengthen through the center of your body. Now with your exhale out, step back, our short high crescent lunge here. Bring the arms down by the side. Press off your back foot, step the foot forward or lift the knee up, come back to where we started. Exhale out, slowly stepping back. Take your time to press off the foot, lift into your balance. And this time as we step back, we'll pause. So you might keep the arms down by the side. You might take a breath in to sweep the arms up and overhead. And then with your breath out, pivot into your warrior two. Have a peek down to your feet, align your front heel to your back arch. Feel yourself sitting into the strength and the space of your hips here. You might look down, see your big toes shining up at you, lengthen across the tops of your shoulders. And then on your inhale, flip your front palm, left hand to the left thigh, this time right arm reaching up towards the sky, your peaceful warrior. Lots of length and space for the right side of your body. And then on your exhale out, land your right arm or your right hand to the right thigh, and your left hand might come to the hip. It might reach up towards the sky as you stack the shoulders, or maybe it sweeps to the top of the room. And then we'll take a breath in. Slow, steady, come back to your warrior two. Take your full exhale out. And then with your breath in, bring your hands to your heart. Heel toe your back foot in a little. When you're ready to transition onto the ball of your left foot, take your time to do that. Step your left foot forward, and that will become our balancing foot now, our balancing leg. So feel the left foot pressing down, little softness in the knee, outer hip hugging in. Rise up onto the tippy toes of your right foot. This might be your balance on this side. Maybe you lift the knee up a little more. Hands might stay to the heart, arms might reach up towards the sky. Full breath in. And then with your exhale out, the option to sweep your left arm forward, right arm behind you, open arm twist. Hold in your steadiness, in your strength. Give yourself a full breath in. And a full breath out. And then bring the hands back to center. Square your chest forward. Take your right foot down to the mat. Let your arms come down by the side. Take any movement that feels good to you there. And then let your whole body settle in. Take a breath in, lengthen from soles of the feet up to the crown of the head. And give yourself a long, soft breath out. And then we'll take a breath in here to sweep the arms out wide, reach the hands up towards the sky. On your exhale out, bring your palms together. Soft, generous bend in the knees. Make your way down to your fold. Take your breath in here, slide your hands up to meet the shins or the thighs, half lift, lengthen. And then with your exhale out, as you make your way down to the mat, feel free to step back through down dog or into hands and knees. Let this be your transition here. And then once you're on to the mat, you might bring hips back towards the heels for child's pose. Maybe you sit back in kneeling, taking a couple of breaths to make your way down to the floor. And to give yourself this quiet moment to check in. Notice how everything's feeling, how everything's flowing. Another full breath in. And full breath out. And then from your child's pose or from your kneeling here, make your way down onto the belly and take your legs long behind you. Lower down onto the mat. You might lift the legs up one at a time to stretch through the body here. Maybe shift the hips from side to find a little more space around the front of the body. Sweep your arms long down behind you. Flip your palms down if that feels okay for the arms and for the shoulders. And then feel yourself pressing down into the tops of the feet, strong around your knees, anchoring the low belly down. Press your palms down as well as you reach for the back of the room. And then as you breathe in here, start to float your chest, lift your chest up, and at the same time send the crown of the head forward. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. And then on your exhale out, slowly lower yourself back down. And then with your next breath in, as you rise up, lifting the chest, maybe floating the legs too. Lots of length, lots of space in the body. And then exhale, lower yourself back down. And then flowing again, full breath in, rising up. Maybe this time you lift the legs, the chest, and the arms. You might stay lifted in the inhale and the exhale. And then maybe you stay for 2 more rounds of your breath. And so as you breathe in, feel yourself lengthening from the crown of the head out through the fingers, out through the toes. And then engaging your back body strength here to float. I'll take another breath in. And this time with your exhale out, lower your body down to the mat. Slide your hands underneath your forehead and let your whole body rest here. It might feel nice to take a little movement, rock your head from side to side. And maybe bend your knees and let your feet move slowly from side to side. And then let your feet come down to the mat, tuck your toes. Slide your hands underneath your shoulders. Press the earth away, and we'll come back to our child's pose or back to kneeling here. Slow round of your breath. From that place, start to rise back up, come to hands and knees. We'll sweep the feet off to the side, and we'll make our way into a comfortable seat here. So as you come to that comfortable seat, feel free to take something underneath your seat if you know you'd like to boost the hips a little. And as we meet here, cross your right leg out in front of the left. As you look down to your legs, we're looking to have the legs, the shins about parallel, thighs about parallel here. And if there's any tenderness with the knees, know that you're welcome to tuck a couple of blocks underneath the knees here to give yourself some additional support. And this is where you might like to be, seated tall, crown of the head lifting up. And another option here is to soften into a fold. So letting the upper body gently round over the legs. Letting the head softly drape, and you might rock the head from side to side, maybe nod the head yes and no. And then the arms might stay here by the side of the body. You can also stretch them out long in front. And we'll be here for about 3 rounds of our breath. And know that instead of crossing the legs, you might have the soles of the feet together or the legs long if that feels better for your body. And taking another slow round of your breath. And then with your next breath in, take your time, slow rise up, back to your tall spine. Slide your hands behind you here. Press into the fingertips, lift up through the heart, hug the shoulder blades together. Send the crown of the head high to the sky. And take another breath in. And breath out. And then from here, let's keep the right knee bent. We'll take the sole of the foot to the mat. We'll stretch the left leg out long. Right foot can be on the inside of the left leg or the outside of the left leg, whichever you prefer. Take your right hand behind you, wrap your left hand around your right knee, your right shin, and take a breath in to lengthen through the spine here. Exhale out, slow rotation into a twist. Feel yourself lengthening through the spine with the breath in. And then softening into the twist with your breath out. Now we'll come back to center. This time as you cross the legs, have the left leg out in front. Same options here to have maybe some support underneath the knees, and you might sit tall. You might decide to gently fold over the legs. Think about easing into the back line of your body, into the hips, anywhere you're feeling this sensation. And then once you're there, let the breath gently flow. Maybe nod the head, yes and no. You might bring a little movement to the jaw. And then on your next inhale, that slow rise up, uncurl the spine, stack one disc at a time, and then shrug the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale out, bring your hands behind you, gentle press into the floor here to lift through the heart, hug the shoulders together. And then give yourself another breath in. And breath out. And now here for our twist, let's take the left leg long. We'll bend the right knee. So right other side, right leg long, bend your left knee. Left foot might be on the inside of the leg or the outside of the leg. Wrap your right hand around the shin or to the knee here. Take your left hand behind you. Breath in here to lengthen. And then exhale out to slowly make your way into the twist. Sitting a little taller with your breath in. And taking a long breath out. And then we'll make our way back to center. And you might like to take both legs out long here, give them a little shake, a little wiggle. And then bring yourself to the center of the mat. If you'd like to take your blanket for a pillow to the back of the head, feel free to do that. Slide your hands underneath the thighs here. Slowly lower yourself down. And as you settle in for your Shavasana, your knees might gently bend, your legs might lengthen out. Know that your arms can be by the side. The arms can also stretch out wide here. Take your time to settle in, let the whole body rest, the whole body soften. Either closing the eyes or softening your gaze. And let yourself be here in rest for as long as you'd like. And whenever you're ready to end your practice, When you do, you might float your hands up to heart center, Anjali Mudra. You might take the hands onto the heart. And from that place within, sending lots of gratitude out to yourself for dedicating this time to you today. And I send my gratitude out to you for sharing your practice with me. Have a beautiful day.
If you have a comment about this program, we'd love to